Good evening, everyone. Our team is assigned to talk about Gilbert Ryle. And who is this Gilbert Ryle, and why do we need to know him? Is he important in our subject understanding the self? Let's find out. In this presentation, you will learn about who is Gilbert Ryle, his work and teaching, his influence. Why do we need to know about him in our class Understanding the Self? And how he can help us in our life. Who is Gilbert Ryle? Gilbert Ryle was born in Britain, Sussex, England on August 19, 1900 and died October 6, 1976 at the age of 76 years old. He is a British philosopher and he was also a lecturer in philosophy at Christ Church College, Oxford, and in 1945 was elected to the Waynflete Chair of Metaphysical Philosophy, a position he held until his retirement in 1968. He was editor of the journal Mind for almost 25 years. He is widely known for his critique for Cartesian dualism, for which he coined the phrase "goes in the machine." First, Ryle is a philosopher, a person engaged or learned in philosophy, especially as an academic discipline. And philosophy is the study of theory basis of a particular branch of knowledge or experience. Cartesian dualism is the view that mind and body are two separate substances. The self is as it happens associated with a particular body, but it's self-subsistence and capable of independent existence. But Ryle believed that self comes from behavior. We're all just a bundle of behaviors caused by the physical workings of the body. And that goes, the phrase goes in the machine, is used to emphasize the problems associated with Cartesian dualism, in which the mind is seen as a non-physical entity, a ghost, that somehow inhabits and interacts with a mechanical body, the machine. His work and teaching. Ryle has written many books, such as Plato's Progress, his collected papers 1 and 2, Aspects of the Mind, but we will be focusing more on the most famous one, The Concept of the Mind, 1948. Gilbert Ryle authored The Concept of Mind. He also followed ordinarily language philosophy, arguing that the mind does not exist and therefore cannot be seat of self. Ryle believed the self comes from behavior, while all just a bundle of behaviors caused by the physical workings of the body. In The Concept of Mind, 1949, Ryle argued that the traditional conception of the human mind, that it is an invisible ghost-like entity occupying a physical body, is based on what he called a category mistake. A category mistake represents the truth as if they belong to one logical type of category when they actually belong to another. And one of his famous quotes on his book is, he is focusing more on thinking than doing some things that make one subject of experience distinct from other experiences. Gilbert Ryle's influence. In contemporary philosophy of mind, Ryle is credited with having established an important connection between mental predicates and behaviors, and that he has a lot to contribute to today's debates, like discussion of morality, feelings, pleasure, and much more is all the concepts we created in our mind and to the studies of new philosophers. Why do we need to know about him in our subject, Understanding the Self? What is understanding the self according to Gilbert Ryle? On his book Concept of the Minds at page 166, the self is a collection of unique data relating to each individual, our experiences, memories, prejudices, ambitions, and morals, or the lack of them, the whole of our character and personality. And this is why it's important that we discuss this on our subject, because we need to know who he is for us, his contribution to shape today's philosophy, and to truly know the depth of the subject, to know the understanding of how we develop throughout our lives. Only in that sense it is impermanent or simply temporary. How can Gilbert Ryle help us in our life? At Ryle's book Concept of Mind, at chapter 6, Emotion, page 98, the conclusion. My discovery of my own motives and moods is not different in kind, though I am ill placed to see my own grimaces and gestures or to hear my own tone of voice. At that exact sentence, he helped us to see the benefits of self-awareness. In a way, it actually helped us be more empathetic for others and enable us to be a better listener. This in turn helped to build up our relationship with others. When you cultivate self-awareness here, you need feedback from other people, so you can realize your own strengths and weaknesses, and so you can become the better you. That's how he help us in our life to better understand ourselves. This is our reference. Alright, we're all set for this presentation, but there's actually a lot more to discuss about Ryle's life and his influence to today's philosophy, but it's gonna take more time. But for now, thank you so much here for listening to our short presentation and hope you learn a lot from this. Thank you so much for watching.